Hi, my name's Harold Gutmann with the Durham Herald-Sun, and welcome to our game. We're here in front of the famous Alamo, and a few miles away, North Carolina will be taking on Iowa State. It's a Sunday night game at 5:15 p.m. on CBS, and I just wanted to give you a few keys to the game. Some important trends for North Carolina to be aware of. Certainly rebounding, defense, tempo, and inside play. Starting with defense, UNC, after not allowing a team to shoot 50% from the field their first 30 games, have allowed their last three opponents, Duke, Pittsburgh, and Providence on Friday night, to make more than half their shots. That's something North Carolina has to control better against Iowa State, who shot 64% in their win over NC Central on Friday night and is the sixth highest scoring team in the nation. Another thing to keep an eye on is inside play and rebounding. Iowa State, in their now six-man rotation, doesn't start a player above 6'6". North Carolina has three 6'9" forwards, James Michael McAdoo, Bryce Johnson, and Kennedy Meeks, who are all dominant on the boards against Providence. They'll need to keep that up and keep that inside presence going on Sunday against Iowa State. And finally, the last thing is tempo. You know, North Carolina is usually the team that wants to speed up their opponent. Iowa State actually plays faster than North Carolina this year. Roy Williams sounded envious of Iowa State's tempo on Saturday. They're, like I mentioned, sixth in the country in scoring, second in assist-to-turnover ratio, so they're very efficient, have a lot of outside threats, sort of remind me of Duke in that regard. And so that'll be something for UNC. You know, it's in their comfort zone because they like playing fast, but also they're not used to opponents playing fast with them. So it'll be interesting to see which team has the better transition defense and which team does better with such a fast pace. So those are three things to keep an eye on. Obviously, the big wild card in the game is the loss of the 6'7" Iowa State player, Georges Jang, who was the tallest member of their rotation. He broke his foot against NC Central. You never know how losing a player like that is going to affect a team. Usually, at least for one game, it tends to galvanize the group because everyone else feels like they need to do even more to make up for that player's absence. On the other hand, Iowa State has less than 48 hours to deal with the loss of one of their top players. On Saturday, Iowa State coach Fred Hoiberg said he didn't even know who his fifth starter was going to be going into Sunday. So again, you never like to see a player get injured or anything, and it certainly adds like another dimension to this game. It should be a very exciting up and down game, not like these low scoring games that we've seen on Saturday. And it certainly should be up in the air. It's kind of anyone's game to see who goes on next week to New York City. So thank you guys for watching our game live from San Antonio. I'm Harold Gutmann with the Durham Herald-Sun, and we'll talk about the game next week.